Good morning, one and all of you, and respected chairperson and moderator on the dais. I would lead you on through what we understand by a basic good incision and what could happen if it goes bizarre. We all need to remember that incision is a very basic, a very initial, yet a critical step. And if performed well, it's an uneventful surgery. If not, it could just cascade series of problems and make the whole procedure a nightmarish one. It's mandatory that it has to be stable and self-sealing, and an incision made along the plane of the cornea with a chord length of 2 millimeter is an ideal construction. It needs to be of appropriate diameter depending on the size of the phacoprobe and the IUL plan with minimal astigmatic impact. This is the main incision which is being planned with a diamond knife, and it moves along the plane of the cornea, pressing on the cornea, and when the shoulder just touches the external edge, a dimple is formed in the cornea and it cuts across the descendants in a horizontal fashion and enters the anterior chamber. And if the incision is adequate, you could see the ease with which the instruments can be taken in and out without any distortion or stray, with minimal astigmatic impact at the end of the surgery. The different types of incision are a corneal incision, where you need to stabilize the eye, and the incision is made well within the cornea following all the tenets of a wound construction. If it is a limbal incision, again, support of the eye, with the incision being made at the conjunctival incision on the limbus, with the dimple down and cutting the descendants. And if it's a sclerocorneal incision, you need to prepare a tunnel and with a crescent blade, cut it both anteriorly and in a sideways rocking movement, and such that the highest point is 1.5 from the limbus, and then enter with a keratome for a distance of 1.5 millimeter. The different ways of incision is you could have a shallow groove of less than 400 microns or a deeper groove more than 500 micron. The essence is, by creating a grooved incision, it's believed that you have an anterior ledge of support for the incision, which augurs for a better wound integrity. Here it's being done with a diamond knife, and now with the diamond knife you could prepare a similar groove fashioned as in the earlier example, and then again stabilize the eye, and then move in with the diamond knife, pressing down along the plane of the cornea. And as I would like to point out, when the shoulder of the diamond knife touches the external incision is when you dip down, create a dimple on the cornea, and then incise the descemet membrane, and then move in the anterior chamber along the plane of the iris, that is the initial plane which was established. And when you move out, if you have plans of enlarging the incision, you need to take the diamond knife again from inside, outside in, and creating the appropriate size which you want for the procedure. The side port incisions, I prefer to make 2 side ports. It needs to be long and tapered, and if shallow, a short turn incision, it could create AC, anterior chamber shallowing, and compound the problems in the surgery. Stromal hydration is a critical event, and you need to oppose the roof to the floor of the incision. As you can see, you need to do a stromal hydration both to the main and the side port. And the important point here is that you need to have an intact epithelial surface, because this allows a fluid barrier to provide the vacuum seal following the procedure. This is a Wong's incision, just an interesting concept of stromal hydration which I thought I'd pick up and show. In this, just a minute. In this, essentially, a superficial incision is made overlying where you have planned to make your main incision, and then just underlying it, follow the creation of the main incision as I had been repeatedly telling you. And once the main incision is also done, you go on to performing your surgery in the usual fashion. Of course, you need to open up that superficial incision on the cornea, which is overlying the main incision.